Can God live in the darkness?
Okay, Genesis 1 verse 1, the Bible says God created the heavens and the earth. On verse 2, the Bible says the earth was void, was empty, and there was nothing in the earth, and there was darkness all over, and the Spirit of God was moving in the darkness. So God, there was, and is to come. So God was living in the darkness. God is holy. The Spirit of God, meaning there are many spirits, but the Spirit of God is holy. So in the beginning, God lived once. He lived in the darkness. So now what took the darkness away? So we have known that God lived in the darkness. We are not saying he's living in the darkness. Now, what took the darkness away? The Bible says on verse 3 said, let there be light. So he commanded. So the written word and the spoken word, the written word are not powerful, but the spoken words are powerful. The Bible says faith comes by what? Hearing. So there has to be somebody to speak. So God has had the word in the beginning. So when you spoke, the darkness left, but it could not left in full. There was a certain darkness that remained. How do I know this? Because on verse 4, the Bible says God separated the light from the darkness. Meaning there was still a darkness. The light, he called it what? Day. And the night, he called it what? Darkness. So God once lived in the darkness. But at the moment, God cannot live in the darkness. How do I know this? 1 John 1, verse 6, the Bible says, we need to love one another. On verse 7 it says we need to fellowship with God. To be in the light is fellowshipping with God, for God is in the light. So there was a certain time when God became afresh. The Bible says he was eating with sinners, meaning he was in the darkness, and he carried the sin. As he carried the sin, he was in the darkness. How do I know this? Because when he was dying, the Bible says the sun disappeared, meaning he carried the darkness, so it made the sun to disappear. And when he got the powers, the sun came on him, the light came again on him. How do I know this? Act 9, the Bible says, as Saul was approaching Damascus, he saw the light. And that light said, I'm Jesus.